All right, we are back to the normal schedule. I got back. Well, first of all, today is Monday night. I got here a little late. I just woke up from like a 4 hour nap. I was tired as shit today. But got to hit chest and well, more of like a push day. But yeah, I just got back from vacation on Saturday, and today's Monday. I took 2 rest days because I had plans for the weekend, so didn't make it to the gym. But yeah, I haven't been feeling the best today, so I'm hoping this lift is at least decent. Um, but yeah, probably just gonna start out on bench, see where it takes me. I don't expect to put up as much weight as usual, just because I don't feel the best today. But that's pretty much about it. So I will see you guys in there. All right, so we're in here. Just got done warming up on bench. I just looked at what I'm supposed to be doing, my football schedule, and it's got me doing a lot of weight. So this first set's going to be 215 for 5, and we're going to try to hit it, but I don't really know if I'm going to actually be able to hit it. But I guess we'll see. So I'm going to put on my straps real quick, and hopefully I don't die. So I'm just going to try to do as many reps as I can, try to get 5, and if not, then it's not the end of the world. I haven't benched in 2 weeks, so at the end of the day, if I can get this for 5, it's not that bad. But a little upset because like I was supposed to be getting my bench max up, but I feel like that, especially because I've been cutting up until vacation, I just it's been hard to put the weight up on the bar. So we're gonna see how this goes and then move on from here. Whew. Oh my god. Oh, that was really heavy. But move on to the next set. Alright, so got the same weight on here, and this time I'm gonna only do it for 4. And then the next set will be 85%, which is 225. I'll do that for 4, hopefully. And then I got that again for 3. And then the last set is going to be 235 for 3. And I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So we'll see what happens, but we'll do this set real quick and move on to that next set. All right, it's time for 225. All right, so don't judge. I do got my lifting belt on, only because I see a lot of people wearing a lifting belt during the bench, and I've never actually done it. So, plus my back's kind of hurting right now. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of see if this kind of helps, and I'm hoping that it does. But doing 225 here for 4, and then um, from there we'll move on to another set of 225 for 3, like I said, and then one more set after that. So pretty much this is supposed to be my deloading and maxing out phase of my weeks. Pretty much it's going to be a lot of like heavy weight, a lot of reps, and then next week I'm going to try to max out on all 3 lifts on hang clean, bench, and squat. So hopefully I can get some heavy ass weight, but if not, it's not the end of the world. Because like I said, I've been cutting all summer, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's do this. I don't even know if I can count that last rep. I had so much leg drive on that. I was arching like a motherfucker. But move on to the set of 3 with 225 and see how that goes. All right, got this. I think it's the 4th set. I did like the lifting belt. I feel like it helped. I couldn't really tell though. But got this same weight on here, and this time I'm gonna do it for 3, and then hopefully that next set I'll be able to do 235 for 3 as well. If I could, that would be amazing. But let's first do this set and try not to die under the bar. Once again, not good reps, but at this point I'll take it with the amount of volume I've done so far. But gonna move on to 235 for 3 and see how that goes. All right, so like I said, doing 235 for 3, hopefully. And then after this, I'm going to move on to something else related to chest. But let's get this done first. Well, that's an example of how to bail out if you don't have a spotter. Well, that was terrible because I had my belt on. I couldn't get past it. It's safe to say that was a little scary. I watched back the video and I didn't realize the guy in the back. It's literally me and him in here. He's a custodian. Never actually talked to him, but I don't know if you guys saw in the corner. He like tried to come help me and then realized I had it. But yeah, that's just a reminder to pretty much everybody that's benching always have a spotter just for that case. Like I've been lifting for enough time that like I knew what to do there, but it's always nice, especially if you're starting to make sure you ask for a spotter no matter what, especially with that heavy weight, because you never know when could slip up, mess up like that. So yeah, moving on to incline Smith machine press. I'm only doing this for low reps and for 2 sets. So let's move on and do this. I have to move this. Nope. So like an out of 10 and do that. All right, so I added a 10 on and gonna probably do this for 6 to 8 reps. Nothing crazy, but yeah, only doing this will be my last set on this one, and then we'll move on to something else. So let's go about it. All right, let's move on to something else. All right, so you guys have seen me do these before, but pretty much I like to do these just before every type of shoulder movement when it comes to like lateral raises or like shoulder press, anything like that. Just because it like warms up your shoulders. Like yeah, I'm warm, but it's nice to get these, and they also feel amazing. So I usually just do like 1 or 2 sets of it, but I'm just gonna do 1 set here and then move on to a shoulder movement, and then we'll go from there. So Do the other side. Got those done, and then we'll move on to some kind of shoulder movement. I don't really know yet, but you guys will see. All right, so I'm just gonna do here probably just 2 sets of like pretty few reps of lateral raise, and then go into front raise. Just try to get like some kind of pump in the shoulders, um, and from there I'll probably move on to some kind of tricep movement. But let's knock these out real quick. All right, do that for one more set, and move on. All right, same thing here. So let's go about it. All right, let's move on to the next thing. All right, so I'm just gonna do rope pull downs, press downs, whatever you want to call them, and probably gonna do 3 sets here, just because I'm not gonna be doing that much tricep stuff, but I want to get a decent pump. So I'm gonna do this 3 sets, and then we'll move on to something else after that. But we'll get into it. Felt kind of light, so I think we'll move it up and do 2 more sets. All right, moved it up to looks like 57.5. Was it 50? So hopefully aiming for a little bit more than 12, and then we'll do the last set and move on from there. So. Oh, all right, let's do that last set. All right, I'm gonna bump it up to 65. Do this last set here, and then we'll move on. All right, I'm gonna go do chest flies, cable flies, and then we'll probably move on to a finisher with some overhead triceps, and then like a upright row for shoulders, and then we'll go and pose down and go in the car. All right, so just doing the same old with the chest flies, 3 positions. I'm doing top position first, going down, scooping down, and then middle, scooping, underhand, straight up, and then bottom will just be scooping up. So we'll knock these 3 out, go back to back to back, and then we'll move on to that finisher. Alright, like I said, I'm gonna go do a superset finisher, probably just like 2 sets of each, doing upright rows, and then do an overhead tricep as well. And then we'll go pose down, and that'll be it. Alright, so with these, I'm just doing lightweight for the overhead triceps, and then I'm going to be doing that till failure, and then I'm going to put this to the very bottom position, and then I'm doing upright rows. So we'll get into that, and then I'll show you pretty much how I do everything. And then just putting it bottom position. I'm up the weight a little bit just so it's not really light. And then I don't know if you guys can see, I'm just putting my these 2 fingers in the middle and then wrapping my hands around it, and then I'll just pull up like that. Do that as many as I can. Do that for one more set, and then we'll pose down. All right, let's go pose down. All right, looking pretty juicy, but let's see without this little thing on. Do a lat spread. Chest is decently pumped. I'll do this little pose that I tried when I was at Disney. You guys will see it. That video is going to take a while to edit, but I don't know why. Something about this. It's a pretty nice pose. I don't know why, but yeah. Triceps are pumped. Shoulders are decent. Chest is same as normal, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the car. All right, so back in the car. You guys seen the pump? I thought it was pretty average. Nothing crazy, especially not lifting for 2 weeks. But yeah, that benching for 2 weeks definitely shown. Well, I guess not benching for 2 weeks definitely showed itself there. But one of the things I pretty much wanted to talk about is what I talked about earlier. It's really important to make sure you always have a spotter. For that instance, especially like if it, I don't even know. Like I could have been stuck under the bar. Granted, that guy in the back was there. Luckily, he was watching, but 90% of the time, he wasn't there. He probably wouldn't have seen it because, like he's a custodian, so he just walks around and does certain maintenance. But always important to have a spotter. That's 100%. But yeah, about to go home. It's 2:30, so I've been here for pretty much 2 hours. I was benching for a really long time, just because I was trying to catch my breath on each set, and doing 5 sets plus 2 warm-up sets definitely took a lot out of me. So yeah, moving on. But like I said with when I was posting down that Disney video for a little spoiler, um, pretty much just gonna be like um, I went to 6 of the best gyms in Disney, and I pretty much just rated them. Me and my brother both did that, so that's pretty much what that is gonna be. Um, I don't know when that's gonna come out. I gotta work on the editing. I've started a little bit, but there's so many clips, and it's probably gonna be a 30 to 40 minute video. So gonna have to work on that. But yeah, getting back into the rhythm of everything. Starting to go to the gym and do cardio in the mornings like I used to be doing. Um, did a 2 week quote unquote bulk because I was on a cruise and I got to eat whatever I wanted. So getting back onto the rhythm of things, starting that cut again for probably a month or so, and then we'll move on to pretty much a month from, I guess, a month and 5 days. I'll be moving back into college. So gonna probably cut till then and then see what happens from there. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, um, this one or this one looks interesting, you can click on those, check those out, and that button down there, click that to support me. But hope you guys enjoyed.